About 6:30, 7 o'clock last night that they would indeed be hosting. Scott Perry joins us right now, head baseball coach at USM. And, Coach, we've talked about it for, a couple of months now based on the way your team was playing. And you've always said we just got to kind of stay focused and keep doing what we're doing well and winning games, and that stuff will take care of itself. Well, it took care of itself. Congratulations.
Well, thank you, Richard. We're excited about the opportunity of hosting here in Hattiesburg. Only the third time our program has been able to host and awarded one. So very, very proud of our young men and our staff and everybody that shares in this hosting excitement.
So what was the team's reaction? First of all, last night when they found out officially they were going to host, and then today when you go through the selection show and you see the three teams that are coming to Hattiesburg.
Well, last night, whenever they announced the 16 host sites, obviously we weren't together. We took the day off yesterday, and everybody kind of glued into social media when they announced it over that. And so I was at the house, and immediately when I saw our name come up, and I sent out a group me text to everybody, just congratulating them on being rewarded for the hard work that they put into this point, and excited about the new opportunity and what lies ahead.
So this is obviously an incredible reward for a regular season gone well, but it's also the start of kind of the next chapter in the book of the 2022 season. And you guys got your work cut out for you, starting out with an Army team that won their way in, and then also LSU as a 2 seed and Kennesaw State as a 3 seed. What are the next few days like as you evaluate the teams, scout the teams, and get ready to play ball starting on Friday?
Well, that's exactly what we do. Right now we're just trying to compile information on the three teams. All three we haven't had any correspondence with this year on the field, so we don't really know much about it, especially Kennesaw State and Army not being in our region. Obviously, we've heard things about LSU and with common opponents, and certainly know that they're blessed with a lot of offense there, potential offense, and they have some starting pitching that can have some good outings as well. So traditionally, we know all about it. Their fan base will travel as we've seen before. So. But before we could ever think about them, certainly we've got to get past Army West Point, and that's going to be a big challenge there. They're conference tournament winners there in the Patriot. They won 31 games this year and 18 in their conference out of 25. So they've pretty much dominated that conference, and just trying to figure out who they are and what they're about, and what the advantage or the angles that we can go at them to try to beat them.
Scott, I know you have to set this aside because it's all about winning games, but is there something that's a little extra special when you play one of the service academies?
Well, it's really kind of ironic how it fell on Memorial Day today, when they announced that we were playing. That's the first thing I thought of when I saw that. Of course, this is a time to remember those that have fallen in during service in our military. So, Army, you got to have a lot of respect for those guys. They're going to be tough. Obviously, not only are they really good students, but just everything that goes into the makeup of the military academy, from the mental to the physical side. So, most respect for this program that's coming in here.
So, Scott, you said a reward for your team, but what about for the Southern Miss fans who have shown up so well all season long to be in the top 10 in attendance, to set a single-game attendance record earlier this season, to just have weekend after weekend where folks were spilling over the wall from the roost and the stands were packed? This is an awfully cool reward for Southern Miss fans who have stood by you, not just this season, but for a really, really long time.
Well, they have. They love their baseball down here, as all our schools do in the state of Mississippi. We're baseball rich in enthusiasm, from the little leagues to the highest level of amateur baseball, which is the Division I level. But our fan base, you're right, we've broke records from season ticket sales to total attendance to single game attendance. it reflects their passion for baseball and, more importantly, Southern Miss baseball. So we certainly share in the rewards of this, not only with our own players and staff and coaches, but with our fan base, with our university, our administration. I really believe this is an event that we can share with everybody.
All right, just such a cool event that's going to be coming up, and hopefully the weather cooperates, and it's just perfect all weekend long. Let's do some nuts and bolts. Home team gets to decide when they're going to play. Are you one of those guys that likes playing the early game, or do you like the advantage of that kind of night game under the lights, big crowd?
No, we'll go early game. I think, we'll have big crowd regardless, but I'm a big believer in playing in the first game so that you'll have more time to rest for game two, whether you win or lose. I know in the past we've been in the night game, and we haven't been successful, and that turnaround is quick the next day. So I learned my lesson a while back, and I don't even know if it was when I was the head coach or when we were with Coach Palmer as an assistant. But I just remember, figuring that out, that what's best for your team and the rest component gives you the best chance to continue to win and be successful.
And then from a pitching standpoint, what's kind of your plan going into the weekend? Do you change anything up in terms of order, rotation, et cetera?
Richard, at this time, Luke Johnson asked me the same thing on the Eagle Hour at 1 o'clock. And at this time, I'm going to leave these cards on my chest and play them real close. And we're still trying to figure out who these teams are that we're playing. And I don't ever venture away too much from what we have been doing all year long, to be honest with you. So, but we'll get together, Coach Oz and myself, and we'll determine that the next day or two.
That is interesting to me, though, Coach, that's something you want to talk about and think about and look at a little bit, because you got some guys, some coaches that say, our ace pitches game one, I don't care who the opponent is, we got to win game one and game two. And then you got some coaches that say, I really want to do what gives us the best chance to win games one and game two, and maybe we get an advantage. So it is fascinating to me that at least is a conversation and something that you continue to look at over the next few days.
Yeah, and it may be a light conversation, but it's not giving the opponent anything to go on as well. So there may be a little bit of that as well. So, but
that's fair.
But I haven't named anything yet or what order we're going to go.
So, what does this week look like for you in terms of preparation? You said you were off yesterday, so you guys practiced today, and what about for the rest of the week?
We'll continue to practice. I think tomorrow we have a chance of rain in the afternoon, so we may go earlier in the morning. Of course, a lot of interviews are scheduled across the country with national stuff.
Sorry about that.
Oh, no, you're fine. No, that's a good problem. I mean, we love to talk, and there's a reason to talk. Certainly this time of the year and what's going on, everybody's interested in it. So, but that's just part of the gauntlet that you're running right now. We have a conference call with the site administrators this evening to try to map out a game plan for everything and refresh ourselves with the rules of the NCAA. And before we know it, practice will be here on Thursday, and we'll be getting ready to play on Friday.
Well, it was really cool for me several years ago when you guys hosted to be there in Hattiesburg. It was just an incredible show that you put on. We wish you nothing but the best this coming weekend. We'll be watching and hanging on every pitch.
Well, I remember that day. You and DeLucia were down here, and that was a good
fun.
tandem. We enjoyed that, having you guys here. So, Richard, I appreciate it as always. We've enjoyed the season and the chats every Monday.
Well, we have as well. We appreciate your time and wish you the best. We'll talk to you soon, Scott.
Thank you.
That's Scott Berry.